Creativity Cave. I am Dina Rico and I'm so excited to stamp with you today. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. I gotta get my Stampin' Lips on. I have to tell you guys, I'm sure you've all done this. I slept funny on my neck and it is killing me today. And I'm really hoping that it gets better because it hurts. So anyway, that's kind of a big fat bummer. Don't you hate when that happens? All right. So I hope that y'all had a great weekend wherever you were, whatever you were doing. If you were celebrating Mother's Day, or if you are just grinning and enjoying the day. I have to giggle because it is, the expectations are one thing and the reality is another, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I did have a nice day. I spent the day doing pretty much what I wanted to do, which was a little bit of knitting, a little bit of watching my stories, and a little bit of, well, being outside, hanging out with my husband and my dog. We took her to a new park that we hadn't been to before, hoping she could run free. And she generally did, but there were a couple crabby people. There always are. But it was in a place where she was allowed to run free. So I don't know what their problem was. I don't think were from, they weren't from this area, the people that were crabby, so whatever. There's always a crabby person, isn't there? Like, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why. It always seems to be that way, but anyway. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else we did. My son had to work most of the weekend, which was kind of great. It's good for him. Oh my gosh, my neck is killing me. I'm gonna try not to move very much. My husband came down and I was like, will you rub my neck? And he did for a minute, but not long enough. And then he gave me ibuprofen, which was nice, but I was hoping he'd rub my neck a little longer. Wait, we'll see tonight. Maybe I should go for a massage. Okay, so that's the funny thing is last week I had a massage on Friday. So I'm kind of fresh off of one. But maybe I need to visit my chiropractor. Oh, I don't know. I hate when this happens. See, like, I can't turn my head very far that way. I see you guys are discussing Ozark. I started watching Ozark with my husband, and in true fashion, do you guys have this problem where you start watching a show with your husband and then you have to watch the whole thing with them? Otherwise, you're cheating on them, right? On the TV show, like you're cheating on your husband with the TV show. So we started watching Ozark forever and ever and ever ago. And I think we got through about the first full season, but then we just kind of stopped watching it. And I don't know if that's when I discovered Outlander or what, but we stopped. So I want to keep watching it, but I kind of want to do it with him. But oh my gosh, coordinating times to watch stuff with him, ugh, it's so difficult because I don't, well, it's a long story, but I have limited TV time. Anyway, I would love to watch it. And my sister, this is funny, my sister is coming back from her friend's incentive trip. She just went on a friend incentive trip. Her friend earned a trip through her job and they went to the Dominican Republic. So she was flying back and she finished Ozark on the plane. And then she told me she also watched Mamma Mia, and she said the acting was horrific. And I've never seen Mamma Mia. I'm pretty sure she's correct about that. So anyway, it's kind of funny though. she was texting me this, and I'm like, no, I've never seen Mamma Mia. It's not my kind of movie. I think once you go there, you can't ever come back. I know a lot of people love it. It's because of the music, but yeah, I don't know. I know it is the music. I know that's the whole thing with Mamma Mia, but it's it's just not my deal. But I would take Jamie Fraser like every day of the week, although I don't need him to sing either. So, anyway, don't you love these little nuggets of things that I share with you? So, you guys, okay, here's the deal. Thursday is potentially Carl's last meet of the year. We're really hoping it's not, though. So, he is running in districts, which determines who goes to state. And he really, 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 really wants to go to state. And he had a kind of a crummy meet last Thursday. And this Thursday, I just hope it goes really well, because he's really, 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 really going to be crabby if he doesn't make it. He's worked pretty hard, but he's also had some setbacks along the way. And I think he also might have slightly out of sync expectations. But I think he can do it. Oh, I hope he can do it. I'm all nervous thinking about it already. But I hope so. And in case, like, I know you all think he's so cute and sweet and all that, and he is for the most part, but he had his moments last week that, like, strangulation seemed like the only logical solution to the problem. But I was good and I didn't. Just saying. I'm sure you all can relate to that with your children. Anyway, I think, though, I just hope it goes well. So I have to laugh. So I don't know about how it is where you live, but here we had one nice day, and it was actually Saturday. Saturday was like the most amazing day. And up until Saturday, it's pretty much been cold and or rainy the whole spring, like really cold, like 30s, 40s, 50s, like 50s and cold wind and rain. Or, well, that's about it. Today, right now it's 86 degrees. Okay. Tomorrow and the rest of the week is supposed to be between 80 and 90 all week long. So I'm just like, I guess we had our one day of spring and it is now summer. It's crazy. But I will tell you, I took a picture. I showed you guys my pot, I think last week, or yeah, I'm pretty sure that was last week. And I took a couple more pictures because I didn't do just one pot. I did several. And these are some of the other ones. And I'm laughing because I did, well, I didn't know what I was doing, of course. But then here's the other part. It's going to be hot, so I'm really trying hard to remember to water them. But then the other thing is that someone commented in one of my videos that you need, let's see, a thriller, a filler, and a spiller for your pot. So I had to laugh. A thriller is a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. So I think the filler would be like the geranium. The thriller would be the spike, and then the spiller would be the coleus. So I think I got it right. Anyway, I thought that was kind of a hysterical description of what should be in your pot. So anyway, I'm going to show you the pictures of the other ones that I have planted. These are so that one was in front of my garage that I showed you. And then this one I'm going to show you is in front of my front door, which until about 2 weeks ago was only dead plants in the pots you see here. there wasn't anything live in there for about 2 years. So this is pretty big. I'm proud of myself. I'm growing, even though my thumb is generally brown. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my camera and then we're gonna stamp too. Yay! Okay. I don't know why my face has to be all glowy like that. Okay. Okay, so here we go. That is my front step. Now, this welcome one I purchased pre-ready. So I don't know what any of this stuff is, but it was pre-done. Now here is another one I did. So we've got the spike. We've got Gerber Daisy, which I love. And then there's some of that, whatever that stuff is in the back that you guys mentioned last time. Whatever that is. I can't remember. You guys knew what it was. And then these ones, I can't remember what they are. Oh, no, begonias. I knew that. So look at me all fancy. Oops, wrong way. Oh, these are the adult sticker meme I sent Ella because she did her taxes. Okay. And then this is the picture here. There's my silhouette taking the picture in the sun, which made me laugh. But then these are boring. They're just basically those in pots. So anyway, somebody knows what the plant is with the variegated stuff. We talked about it last week. Someone knew what this was. I can't remember. Yes, they're begonias. I actually knew that. Karen, you've been known to kill plastic plants. Oh my gosh. I didn't think this was coleus. I thought coleus was on my other one. Let's see. Where's my other one? Hold on. I'll show you. I just got to find it again. Where's the picture? Oh goodness. I take a lot of pictures. I thought this right here was the coleus. Vicavine. Okay. So Vicavine and coleus, right? Because I know that's coleus. Okay. And then these are my geraniums. So this was my one big pot. And then I have two more pots kind of like this, but smaller. So Kathy, Vicavine, there you go. All right. And then I'm going to show you one more picture just because I can. It's my show. Oh, I will show you. Carl did have one. They won a race last week. They won the 4x800. That's what he's trying to do this week too. So hopefully. So that's him and his teammates. And I laugh because all these guys look like runners. Like they have the runner kind of body, and he looks more like a football player, which cracks me up. You don't really see it in this picture, but trust me. Okay, I'll show you one more picture because I can also. We took Izzy on a walk yesterday, and we saw pretty stuff. I don't know what that is. It was pretty, though, in the forest. Look at these flowers. They look like butterflies. I thought those were kind of cool. And I don't know what those are. I guess violets, probably wild violets. And I don't know what these are. They're kind of pretty. And then this is a tree in my yard. So there you go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the photo album. But I thought you guys would love that. Okay. All right. I think it is going to be really fun to see how all this stuff does, right? Like, does it live? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. All right, I've got some great projects planned for you, and we should probably get to it because tonight, I think, is my one night off this week, and I want to kind of enjoy it if I can because I've got a busy week coming up. We've got our first live for our new catalog kickoff is tomorrow night. I'll talk to you a little bit about that in just a moment. Also, my voice is all weird. I don't know why. Okay, so anyway, our InColor Club Your Way, there's just a few more days to get registered for this. Oh, you guys, I was working on projects this morning for our first round of projects that is going to go out this month, and I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, this is going to be a really great event. If you aren't registered yet, make sure and do so. You can get registered by just emailing me, and I'll send you the link to the registration. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's a great way to get all the InColors. You're going to get all kinds of additional perks and bonuses. So you'll end up with 15 make and take projects. You'll end up with some bonus surprise extras. You'll end up, of course, with all the InColors. And then you can choose between a couple of different options. So one of the options is you can get billed monthly for either an assortment pack or a full pack of cardstock. You can get billed once and get everything right away, and you can get an assortment pack or a full pack of cardstock. So there's two options for that. Or you can just place your orders as you go and get all the perks of being in the club. So you have to place a $50 order before tax and shipping by the 15th of the month. And then you'll be able to enjoy all the benefits in the club. So there's all kinds of goodies that come with it. And you'll get, you'll get $23 plus I got some surprises along the way. $23 of goodies. So the free InColor twine, or you'll get the twine for free. And then you'll also get the InColor dots for free, which I don't have handy. But anyway, it's a great deal. So if you would like to get in on that, make sure and drop me an email so I can get you registered. If you're already a demonstrator and want to participate, I've had a few people asking me about that, then I would just do the option 5 where you place your order of whatever it is you want. And then if you have questions about anything, let me know. And also I have my annual catalog product shares. That's going to close here pretty quick. I've got just about all the spots filled. So if you haven't registered for this, again, make sure you do so. There should be a link in the description of this video for that. This month we have Sunshine and Creativity boxes our box that you subscribe during the month of May and then you'll receive in the month of June is going to feature the Hues of Happiness suite of goodies. And I'm just looking for the stamp set to show you. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so giddy about this. I've already been working on these as well. So first of all, I love the sentiments in here, but then these are just like screaming to be colored. Oh, it's going to be really fun. So these projects are really cool. I love how they turned out, and I've got some fun, some fun little techniques that go with them. So if you would like to get registered for that, there's a link in the description of this video. As mentioned, the new catalog kickoff, our first official live is tomorrow, and I'm so giddy about it because of our surprise guest is going to be on our live, and it's going to be super awesome. Oh, I can't even wait. So if you have not joined us yet, please do. There's all kinds of stuff going on already. We've got 2 different card challenges. We've got some mystery stamping. We've already been putting samples in the gallery, and the first of 7 different lives is starting tomorrow night. So you want to get in there. And if you are registered, make sure you join the group because not everybody's in the group yet. So join that Facebook group. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. Yes, set your alarm. So it's going to be at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific. Wait, did I say Eastern? Okay, let's start. We'll try one more time. So 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. Final answer. There it is. Now, all of that information is in the Facebook group, of course, so you don't have to have that memorized, but it's going to be so awesome. And if you can't be there live, don't worry. Everything's recorded, I promise. So it's gonna be so cool. And of course, you could rewatch it. I know you will want to. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. We also have some make and take packets that we are putting together as requested, and it's going to be pretty cool. You can purchase your make and take packet. Again, a link in the description of this video. For the new catalog kickoffs, there's 9 projects. You'll get pre-cut cardstock, plus you'll get about $30 in goodies from the new catalog to help you complete those projects. We're featuring 3 stamp sets. One is the Good Feeling stamp set, which I love this one so much. Obviously, I mean, it's so dang cute. Another one that we're going to feature is the Happier Than Happy. And then the third one is the Bottled Happiness, which I'm just looking for here. I know I think I just moved it and I don't know what I did with it. It was on my shelf right here. But you know, the set with the bottle, I did a demonstration of it last week, I believe. Didn't I? Yeah. Totally, I made a card with it last week. I don't know what I did with it though. The stamp set, that is. Oh, here it is. This one. So these are the 3 sets we're going to be featuring in the make and take projects, and they're going to be very, very fun. So make sure you get in on that. I also have 2 online classes this month, as if that wasn't enough. Our 2 regular online classes this month are going to be the Cup of Tea online class, as well as the Wisteria Wishes class. And this is my Creativity to Go kit. This set I have just fallen in love with. It's so easy to use. That's the best part. I love that it's easy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Those don't come out till the end of the month. And finally, I've got 2 ordering specials. If you place a $50 purchase all month long, you'll get the Flowering Fields All-Star Tutorial PDF for free. This is a $15 value, and it is chock full of really awesome projects featuring this gorgeous bundle, or suite, I should say, suite. And then if you spend $75, you'll also get, in addition to this, sorry, I'm grabbing the visual aid. You will get the solid faceted gems for free. And oh my gosh, you guys, these are so pretty and they sparkle. Like, they're really cool. And I love them. We've had faceted gems before, and I love that they made these ones a little bit smaller. So they're going to be pretty cool. Let me just put this white sheet under here. But the colors are really awesome. There's Mossy Meadow Pool Party, Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, Night of Navy, and Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue. So anyway, these you'll get for free when your order reaches $75 or more. So make sure you get that in. That part, this special is valid until the 20th of this month. So anyway, if you have any questions about any of the stuff I just mentioned, of course, all the links are in the description of this video, but feel free to reach out. Drop me a line. I'm happy to answer them for you. Okay, so today I wanted to get started with some stamping projects. My first project is going to be with the He's All That. This is a new bundle that is in the catalog, and what I love about this bundle is the dies are really awesome, and I think they would be really great with or without this set, meaning I think they're a versatile set of dies. And so even if you're not into the stamp set, I think the dies are worth having. So I don't know, I really like them. So we're going to make a really simple card. And what's great is you can interchange all of these different pieces to create this card. And actually, I think I might even change my mind really quick here on what paper I'm going to use. So one of the things I love about this is the paper is super fun. Like it's kind of got a little bit of everything in it. And then it also has some die cut pieces in it, which are really cool. So we've kind of got like, this is the griller. This is just like bow ties and whatnot. Here we've got cars. Here we've got just some kind of manly argyle. There are die cut pieces, and then we also have camping. And then of course on the backs of all these are just nice kind of neutral patterns, which I think are really cool. And then you've got 2 sheets of these die cuts. So you could interchange what I'm about to do. Actually, you could interchange what I'm about to do with one of these pieces too. There's a whole bunch of them. So I'm really digging this. All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to stick with what I was going to do. I was going to change it, but then I thought, oh dear, Dana, don't change it now. All right, so I'm going to start with a piece of the DSP. I cut it to 3 by 4 inches, and then I'm going to attach it to a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 piece of early espresso. And like I said, you can really interchange the different pieces in the paper pack to fit on this card, and then you could just change the sentiment that we use accordingly. So I like that. Okay, so I chose car designs. There's cars and motorcycles on here because my husband likes cars and has actually built a car, like a classic type car. So I thought this would be kind of cool. And this would also be good for Father's Day or a birthday. So I'm going to take, and I just got to grab a block here. I'm going to take this stamp, and I die cut 2 different pieces out of the set of dies, and my stamp will fit on both. I can't decide which one I want to use. So maybe you guys can tell me, should we do the circle or the label? So we'll stamp it on both. So I'm just going to ink this up real good. Okay, and I think I'm going to clean this. Did you guys know that sometimes there can be a little bit of film on the back of, or on the rubber or the photopolymer of your stamps when you first get them? It's left over from the manufacturing process, and if you clean them off, I think a stamp and scrub works a lot better to do this than just what are they called? A chamois. So a stamp and scrub is going to get that film off of this that's kind of left over from the manufacturing process better than a chamois. Now let me just talk about what happened here. So I cut the edge, which is such a bummer, but it's my own fault. I am really I'm really disappointed that this happened and I didn't do anything about it. So what I like to do is a little trimming on my rubber because I don't like when I catch the edge. Okay, so I just cleaned the stamp off, and I might have made the decision for me. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it on this circle. Okay, I think there was a question on here. Jan asked, when does the mini catalog end? The end of June. But I would say that last month is kind of while supplies last. Someone else asked, if I join Stamp Happy Academy, I get into the kickoff party. Yes, the kickoff is free for Stamp Happy Academy members. And if you go to the events tab on Stamp Happy Academy, you'll find the information on how to join the kickoff group. Yes. Okay, so here we go. So now you can see this time I didn't catch those edges that I caught right here because I trimmed that excess rubber off. All right, so I'm going to end up using this one because it looks better. But what I love is that both of these images will fit on these 2 different labels, and there's actually another label here. So that's kind of awesome. Okay, now I'm going to put this on my card, and I've got, or I'm sorry, on my panel. I've also got a card base that is crumb cake, because that's a good manly color, you know? Okay, and I'll attach this. Now I die cut these two little flags out of this as well. And I've also cut a 3/4 inch strip of designer series paper. I'm going to trim that off. And I like to trim stuff with my my Stampin' Trimmer because I'll get a nice crisp edge that looks good. So I'm going to cut this to 3 3/4, and it's 3/4 of an inch wide. And then I'm just going to position it right on here like that. Okay. And again, there's several different patterns you could choose from that'll look great on here. Okay, now I'm going to pop this up on to this card, and I'm going to embellish it with a little fun stuff. So we've got this on here, and then I've got these two flags that I mentioned that I die cut, and I'm going to just trim these down a little so they're not sticking out quite so far. And then I'm going to position them behind my label here. Like so. Just using a couple glue dots. Now this is a card I received in a swap, and I just loved the look of it. But let's do a little bit more. So first off, sorry, gosh, I just organized my drawer of embellishments and I couldn't find them. So we've got the rustic metallic adhesive back dots. Ooh, so I like this. And we're just going to throw this on. Now, someone said I'm so creative. You're so sweet, and I agree, but I'm actually totally casing this card from somebody I received this in a swap from. So full disclosure, it isn't my original idea, but I really liked the look of it. Okay, now one of the things that I loved about this is there's this teeny little thing on here that just makes this card amazing. And hold on one sec. Now, what that is I've got a little bit of crushed curry cardstock, and I'm just going to cut 1/4 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this down to 1/4 inch so that I've got a little teeny square. Okay. Pretty good. All right, so I've got this little square of cardstock and crushed curry, no, Cajun craze. Did I say crushed curry? I meant Cajun craze. All right, I'm gonna glue dot this right here. And I'll even take my take your pick tool to pop that off. And I'm just gonna position it right here. And then I'm gonna add my little dot to this with the other end of my take your pick tool. Let me get a fresh bit of tacky stuff out. Okay, so I'll take one of these little rustic elements and stick that right on there. Now, doesn't that look awesome? It's such a little touch, but I think it adds to the overall loveliness of this card. And then I'm going to finish that off with a little loop of our linen thread. Okay. What I'm going to do with this is, men don't generally tie bows, but they tie knots. And so if you knew how to tie a fancy knot, you could do that here. I don't really. So I'm just going to tie a knot and just add this little loop right here as a embellishment. So we've added all these teeny little details to make this card really fancy, or I mean, as fancy as you get for a card for a man. Okay. And so I'm just going to kind of tack that on there, and then look at how nice that looks. Isn't that cool? Now for the inside of this card, we can either cut another whole piece of cardstock, or what I was going to do is just adhere this leftover strip to the inside and then trim the excess off. And then you could stamp an additional sentiment on here if you wanted. I'm going to grab my other scissors. Whatever you want. But I think this is so awesome. Okay, so we've got Happy Birthday to a Classic. And then I think I might just leave that. Yeah. There we go. You could stamp in here if you wanted. I was thinking about a couple of these little things, but I think this is good. Okay, so there you go. There's also a tool set in the catalog. It's kind of got some old tools. I don't have it yet, but I was thinking that would go nice on the inside of this card as well. So there you go. Okay, so this is a birthday card, but you can switch up the sentiments. And what I love is there's kind of a little bit of everything in here. So there's kind of a Together for the Long Haul, which would be a great anniversary card. Every Day with You is Another Adventure, which is a great one. Holy Smokes, You're Amazing, and that's kind of a grilling one. Get it? Of course, there's Father's Day. I like the Hello Handsome, and then To the Man Who Does Everything. That's kind of cool too. So there you go. All right, so that was our first card. So we fixed this. Now, one way I could reuse this, because there is some of this is some ink on here that I don't like, is I've got my sand eraser, and I could try and erase this off. So what a sand eraser does is it kind of takes off the first layer of the cardstock where that ink has stained the fibers, and it just kind of sands them away. Now on colored cardstock like this is crumb cake, it doesn't work as well. So I don't know that this is even worth trying to fix, because as you can see, it shows up pretty well, but that's one way to deal with this. The other is to just die cut another one, which is pretty easy. Okay, so first card done. Next card up. Let's see what we have. Oh, our next card is a guest request. So I've got this leftover piece. I'm going to throw this in my stamp set with the dies in this clear envelope. We carry clear envelopes in our catalog. They're just medium clear envelopes. And then that is in here ready for me when I go to stamp again, so that I'm ready to go. Okay. Next up, as mentioned, this is a guest request. So somebody had asked for a card using the little birdie set. So I conjured up a little project for you. So I think that is going to be kind of cool. This one is going to start out with a Tahitian tied card base which I just love the bright, happy color of this. So I've got a regular card base, and then I die cut, pierced the stitched greenery die, because I thought this goes so well with the little birdie and the branch and the leaves. So I die cut this out of a 4 by 5¼ inch panel, and we'll just attach it to our card. Okay. Then I've got another 4 by 5¼ inch panel for the inside, and we're going to do a little stamping on that. So let me bring in my grid paper. Oops, this is the one I want. So we can do some stamping. Now I'm going to need several ink pads. So I'm going to start with the branch. Okay. So I'm going to put this one on. This again is for the inside of my card. And I'm going to stamp 2 birds. One in Tahitian Tide. And I'm actually going to start with the feet. Oh, I didn't mount the feet yet. Oh, they're right here though. I got them. What are the very small dies for? Are you talking about in the He's All That set? Very small dies. Which do you mean? I don't know. Oh, stamps, sorry. This one? Yeah, that looks like a Phillips head screw, or Phillips screw head to me. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So here we go. I've got my my branch stamped. I'm going to put some feet down. I don't like these feet though. Do we have 2 feet? Yes, we do have 2 sets of feet. They're pointing in the wrong direction. I grabbed the wrong feet. I hate when I grab the wrong feet. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm not perfect at all. Don't worry. And what's nice, I think, is I'm not afraid to show that part either. Okay, so I'm going to put my feet on this branch, and then I'm going to put my bird. My feet and my bird. Okay, so cute. And then I'm going to put the other feet and the other bird. And we're just going to make this one work. Okay, now this one I'm going to do in Orchid Opulence. Oh, I said it again, Orchid Oasis, not Opulence. There's a difference. Goodness. You would think I would know this by now. Okay, and we'll put that one right about there. And again with the feet. The feet are in Mango Melody. So cute. They're like talking to each other. All right. So this is, by the way, is on the inside of the card. So keep that in mind. We're going to use some Parakeet Party for the leaves that go on the tree branch right here, like so. And I'm going to stamp them one more time off on my scrap. And then I'm going to stamp them one more time here, kind of offset, just so that there's a little more leafy action happening. Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside. We're going to come back to this, but I'm going to work on the front of my card a little bit too. So the front of my card has another piece of cardstock. And hold on, I stamped this in advance just so I knew where I was going to stick everything. Okay, so I'm going to once again stamp that tree branch. But this time, I'm going to have it up a little ways and not the whole way. Like, I'm going to have it going off the edge a little bit. Okay. Then I will again stamp my leaves. Okay. And I'm going to stamp them twice. Kind of offset from one another, so there's a couple more leaves. Fill it out a little bit. Okay, I think I'm done with my parakeet now. I'm going to take some crumb cake ink and stamp two things. The nest that's going to sit on the branch right here, as well as the sign that's going to hang down from the branch right here. Okay, so those are both in crumb cake. And then I'll use my early espresso. Switching this out. My early espresso is going to hold the sign with a little sign holder string like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use the word welcome on the sign. Again, in early espresso. Oh, so cute. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside for a moment, and we're going to grab a scrap of white, which, okay. All right, and I'm going to stamp that big bird once again, but I'm going to punch this one out. So I'm going to kind of look at my punch to determine how I'm going to stamp this so that it's easy to punch out. Okay, again in the Tahitian Tide. And I love what a happy color this is. It's a cheerful little color. Okay, so we'll punch that out. And then I've got a couple of leftover pieces from this punching process. And we're going to use those on here. Okay, so this one, I'm going to take the little bird wing, and I found I didn't have trouble because this was like leftover. I just stamped on it, and I found that I did a pretty decent job of that. So I thought, oh, that's just easier than stamping it again and then punching it again. I'm also going to take the beak image, and likewise, I'm going to stamp that on here. See how we do. Not bad. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp the eyes. So there's two sets of eyes in here. So we can do these eyes that are kind of closed or open eyes. And we'll do open eyes in a minute. I'm going to add the wing like that with a glue dot. And this set is just super stupid cute. I don't even like birds, and this set is super cute. Okay, so I'm going to have my bird kind of sit up a little bit. So we'll pop him up because it just seems like the right thing to do. Okay, so there we go. So cute. But it's even cuter when we put the beak on. And the beak is pretty tiny. So I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on here. Like, it's too small for a glue dot is what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now we're going to put that on the front of our card. And then we're going to put a little bit more adhesive on the front of our card. because this is not sticking very well because of all of the piercing. Oopsies. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this on the front of my card. And then we're going to finish up the inside. Oh, but there's one more little thing we have to do on the front of this card. So in the stamp set, there's a cutie patootie little flower. So we're going to add that to our bird in some Orchid Oasis ink. I was going to say, just as soon as I find my cardstock. Now, this does not have, it doesn't punch out in the punch, which is kind of a bummer because there's 2 wings and a beak, but no teeny little flower. And in my personal opinion, we should always have a little teeny flower punch in life. Like, it bugs me that we don't have one. It makes me sad. Remember, I mean, if you've been around, we used to have a cute little flower punch on that tree punch. I mean, we've got lots of little punches, or I'm sorry, dies in different various die sets. But we just need this flower right here in a punch. Oh, that would just rock my world. Like, Stampin' Up! Would sell a bazillion of them, because let's be honest, you can do so much with this. They never listen to me. That's not true. They do sometimes, but I don't know why they don't get the importance of this. Okay. So we've got that. And then we're just going to make her fancy. Okay. Isn't she just so stinking cute now? Okay. Now back to the inside of our card. We're going to finish this up. So we're going to add our coordinating sentiment, which I love that they give us cute little sentiments that go together. So it's a welcome. And then I'm so glad you're here. Goes with the 2 birdies on the inside. Did I tell you guys about the saga, the phone saga with my mom? Oh my gosh. Did I tell you guys about that last week? Oh dear. It's killing me. Okay, now I'm going to cheat and I'm just going to stamp that right over the top instead of punch it out because I can. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing over here. All right. And then we're going to do the eyes. And I'm just going to do the eyes in early espresso. Oh, I think they're going to look at each other. We need open eyes. Hold on. I love that we have got both. Open eyes and closed eyes. There we go. So cute. And then all that we need now are 2 beaks. Okay, so to get our last 2 beaks, I'm going to stamp these. Let me set this over here. I'm going to stamp them on a little scrap here in the corner of my paper. And then I should be able to punch these out pretty simple with my, oh, I did them wrong. Figures. So I'm going to look at my punch and I'm going to punch them upside down so I can see the orientation of them. And then that lines up with my punch. Do you see what I did there? Now, They're easy to lose, so don't like let that thing launch across the room or get caught in your cleavage or whatever, whatever might happen. All right, so now I've got 2 beaks, and we're gonna throw those on our 2 little birdies over here. So I'll put a little bit of liquid glue for each of these. Okay. And then you're just going to be like, Dina, stop. I can't handle the cuteness. It's too much. Look at that. And my take your pick tool is just so handy when it comes to doing that. Seriously. Oh, isn't that fun? Okay, so I didn't tell you about my mom. Oh, boy. So it's a long story, but we put my mom on my cell phone plan several years ago, like 7. And she's had an iPhone ever since. And she's gone through, a couple different versions of iPhones, but she's had an iPhone the whole time. So no matter what you are phone-wise, iPhones are kind of one way and then Androids are the other. Like they work differently, right? Well, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It has been kind of a struggle. Well, she's been using her phone for fine, and then we switched carriers. Do you guys remember? Because we talked about that too. We switched from Verizon to US Cellular. So she got a new upgraded iPhone. So basically exactly the same thing, just a little shinier and a little newer. But in essence, it works exactly the same, right? Well, I don't know what she did to it, you guys, but she messed it up real good. So there we go. Welcome. So glad you're here, or so happy you're here. So cute. Aren't these just so stupid cute? Huh, I love them. Okay, so I'm just going to set that card aside. That was kind of putsy, but I loved that. Well, so she told me she couldn't get into her phone. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you can't get into her phone? This is after she's had it for several months. We did this back in September. And I said, well, okay, just all you need to do, Mom, is show it to somebody who's younger than you. They'll be able to figure it out. They can help you. Well, she can't. You need a password to get into your phone. She's had one this whole time, and she can't remember it. And so she tried getting in her phone so many times that Apple permanently locked her out. So I had to I had to take it in to Geek Squad at the store, and they had to help me. Well, long story short, she couldn't figure it out. She tried to get help from people. They couldn't figure it out because she had messed it up so bad, and nobody's getting back in that phone. Well, I said, okay, Mom, I don't know what else to do. And by the way, she lives 10 hours from me, so it's not like I can just buzz over and help her. So she gives me her phone back. And I mean, I have several months left on this contract. So this phone is still mine. I'm still paying for it. She, in the meantime, has gotten a new phone. Well, she decided it was an Apple problem. So she gets an Android phone, but she has no idea how to use the Android phone. So I tried calling her 4 times yesterday to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And she didn't answer. And I thought, well, okay, whatever. Well, she doesn't know how to use her new phone. She doesn't have voicemail set up, so I couldn't even leave her a message. And then she also she called me today to wish me a happy Mother's Day. And I said, oh, I was trying to get a hold of you. I couldn't get in touch, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, okay, well, that, I'll take it in. I said, take it to where you got it and they'll help you. So, long story short, I think she kept hitting the mute button because our phone conversation would go for about 2 minutes, and then she'd touch something, and then we were still connected, but I couldn't hear her. I mean, she did it that many times. 8 times, you guys. She called me 9 times today, and 8 times she put me on mute. And our phone conversation was like 2 to 3 minutes each time. And it was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I gotta go. Oh, dear Lord. I feel bad that I am not closer to help her with this stuff, but oh boy, you guys, I'm telling you, it was not pretty. Okay, so our next card is, I think, a really pretty card. It's simple. This is the perfect card if you like to color, but not like a ton. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do some simple coloring. So I'm gonna take this panda because I love the panda, and I'm gonna stamp it down. I've got just a scrap of some white cardstock. Now I put this on my Stamparatus so that it was easier to stamp because this is a great big stamp, okay? And I'm going to ink this up. Now, the easiest way to ink up the Stamparatus is to put something under it like an ink pad or a stamp set, and that will hold this plate perpendicular. Okay, so then I'm going to ink this up with my Memento ink. You could also use StazOn ink, whatever your preferred black ink is, but you want to ink this up real well. And sometimes when you ink a stamp up and you're not sure if it's good, make sure you can see all the detail, okay? In fact, I even have, I have a brand new Memento pad, you guys. My mementos get kind of an excessive amount of use. And so I thought every so often I get a brand new one. So this is probably going to be a little juicier than regular. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, yes. And then when you ink it again and you can see all of the detail really show up, then you know you've got it. Okay. So let's stamp that down. Okay. And I'm going to get my little thingy, my rubber. Okay, so this is a air hockey puck thing. Well, I don't know, handle. And it's just because the felt will go against the plate nicely. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. So nice. Okay, so there we've got that beautiful image. All right, next what I want to do is color this in. And by color it in, I do mean kind of loosely. We're going to add some color with pencils. You could do Stampin' Blends, I guess, if you wanted. I'm just going to use my watercolor pencils. I'm not going to color them, though. Like, I'm not going to watercolor them. I'm just going to color them. Okay, so I'm going to start with the leaves because that's easy peasy. Okay, so we're just going to color in. So I've got my old olive here, and I'm not really doing a ton of shading. I mean, maybe a little bit. And I'm just going to use the design that's kind of built into the stamp image to help me decide where I color lighter and darker. So nice. Okay, about done with that. And if you don't have a pencil sharpener, it does really help to have one handy just so you can get this done. All right, so I've got that. Now I want to also do the tree trunk. Okay, that will be the majority of my coloring. So again, I want a little darker in some areas and then lighter throughout. Okay, so again, this is pretty easy coloring, which I love. I'm not spending a ton of time on this, as you can see. I'm just kind of coloring. And I did leave this on my Stamparatus, but I think I'm gonna move it because this is in the way. Okay, and look at that little panda just laying there sleeping. Taking a little nap. Good for him. Okay, a little darker on the edges here where there's some shading lines that are a little darker. I'm just pressing a little harder, and then I'm going lighter. Press a little harder over here, then go lighter. Okay, and then the last but not least, this part of our tree, again, a little darker on this side. And that kind of gives the illusion of the dimension of the tree as well. Just going a little darker along the edges here for just a little more definition of the tree. There we go. That looks pretty good. And you can color this as long as you're feeling it. But I think that's pretty good. Okay, now we've done the bulk of the coloring, but I am going to take my black and color a little bit on my panda. So I'm going to color his eye. I'm going to color his ears. And you might not think that this is much, but it does kind of add up. I'm going to color his arm here. And down here, I'm going to keep it darker. And then the rest of it, I'm going to go lighter, just like I was doing on the tree trunk. And I just think it really kind of punches things up to color this part in, even though it's already kind of shaded and done. I think it makes it look a little fuller, a little extra. Okay, I'm going to color on this real light because this is technically the white area, but it's kind of shaded. And then I'm going to go darker on his leg and foot. Then I'm kind of going in circles so I don't get like straight line marks on here, because that'll again kind of go with the illusion that this is a round leg. Okay, and I'm just going to go very lightly on his back, real light. And then we'll go dark once again on this arm. Then we're just about done. I think I might have just given him a comb over. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now that looks so much better, doesn't it, with the coloring in? Super sweet, real simple. Okay, so there we go. Oh my. I'm just checking here. Okay. All right. I wonder if we have a troll or something. Oh my. Well, okay. All right. So there we go. That looks good. Then, well, we don't need that here, do we? I don't know what's wrong with people. Every so often, I really just wonder about the world we live in. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take and die cut this with one of my stitched rectangles. And I think, do I want this one? No, I think that's too small. We'll go up one. So I think I'm going to use the third to largest. Let me verify that. Yes, third to largest. And I'm going to use my magnetic plate. So the new magnetic plate is pretty awesome. I showed this in my unboxing video last week, and I'm really happy with how it works. So it is a very solid plate. This sucker's not moving, I promise. Which I love. So no issues with the warping this time. You run this through. Okay, so we'll just pop this out of our die, and there we go. Now that's lovely, right? I think it looks pretty good, but I want more. So I'm going to bring my blending brushes in. I'm going to take a green and a blue. We're going to do a little blending because blending makes everything better. I'm just looking for my grid paper. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of Old Olive ink. Okay, and we're going to get rid of that dark bit at the beginning. And then I'm just going to blend along the corner. Okay, and oh, so much better. Then I'm going to take my balmy blue, and so I don't contaminate colors, I'm going to go onto the back side of this because I don't want to up the green. And I'm going to do balmy blue, and again, I'm going to get rid of some of that color. I'm going to be a little careful because I don't want to end up with a blue panda bear. That would not be good. So I'm just using my fingers to kind of cover him up just to make sure he doesn't end up blue. Okay, and there we go. Now just adding that little bit of color to this, I think really makes the whole thing pop pretty nicely. And again, it's not fancy coloring, it's just a little colored pencil and a little blending brush. Okay, now let's finish our card. Our card's pretty simple on this one. And then our next card, by the way, is a really fun and easy graduation card. That was another request we had for today. Okay, so I'm gonna attach, or I've got a crumb cake card base. Then I'm going to do a strip of Old Olive on here, right through the middle. Yeah, I had a feeling this strip was not quite long enough. That's okay, we'll just trim our card. That's what I like to do. One sec. Just trim that little excess off. It's all good. Okay, I've cut a piece of balmy blue to be just slightly larger than my stitched rectangle. And so we'll attach this to that. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. So then I'm going to pop this up onto my card. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of linen thread to finish it off. So super simple. Now what I love about this is such a sweet card. I think this would make a great thinking of you card. It would also be a wonderful masculine card for, you know, whatever occasion. I think it would be a really fun retirement card. So lots of possibilities with this that you could do. And while I think it's a little odd that there is a raccoon in here, because raccoons are vermin, I still think that this set is pretty cute, and the stupid raccoon is kind of cute. Even though raccoons are vermin, let's just be clear about that. I remember when my husband was in grad school, there were 3 raccoons climbing the tree that was right outside our window. And it was like a really hot night and I couldn't sleep. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, these raccoons are going to try and get into our apartment window. Like, I was really worried about this. They did not. It was okay. We all survived, but I just remember being a little freaked out by the raccoon family. It was interesting. Okay. So there we go. I've got a little bow on here, and then I'm just going to pop this up over the top. So again, sentiments could be all sorts of different things, whatever you might need. There we go. Okay. Isn't that just so stinking cute? I was all excited about this card when I created it a while ago. Your friend has a pet raccoon. You know what? A friend of mine actually used to as well. I always thought that was a little interesting choice on her behalf. Okay, I've got the charming sentiments. I feel like there could be something. No, not really. So tiny, so precious does not fit here. Is that everything? I was looking for something a little more retirement-y. Let me see what other sets. I feel like there was something that had a retirement sentiment in it. I remember seeing it in the catalog, but I don't know if I bought it or not. Isn't that awesome? I don't know. Paradise Palms. Oh, well, yeah. It's just a one, like a, let's see. Where's my Paradise Palms set? I don't think that's going to fit right here. Yeah, it's a little bigger than, oh, where was it? Ooh. Yeah, no. Go-to greetings. You'd think there'd be something here. How about thinking of you? There we go. Senior years had a retirement. I know, there's a new one. We're going to use this one. Look at brand new set. I wish I could remember what set that was. Now this, I feel like I need to do the surgery ahead of time, preemptively, so as to not struggle here. Don't want to, after all of this, I just don't want to have any edges caught, because that would just be a big fat bummer after all this fancy coloring we did. Ugh. Okay, and do I even have this on my card straight? I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, I know Paradise Palms has the retirement. The only thing is that it's not the right size. So we're just going to do Thinking of You. Right here. Thinking of You. Okay, so there's that. Now our last card is pretty quick. We're going to go ahead and start with a black card base. Do I use special scissors? So kind of. You want scissors that don't have a long blade. So these are pretty short. These are scissors we used to sell in our catalog a long time ago. They're called Kai scissors. I think they're from, yeah, Japan. It says so on here. And this was before, like, when we used to have to cut our stamps all the way out. So they're not available anymore, and I don't know if you can still get these scissors, but they're nice scissors. But that's what I use. Our snips will work, but they you just need to well, first of all, you can see there's sticky stuff all over these. Just clean that off with a little rubbing alcohol, and that'll clean them right up, or Goo Gone. Personally, I like rubbing alcohol. And that keeps them nice. You can also take, if they get dull, you can take them to a scissor sharpener, and that will work as well. So it works pretty good. Okay. All right. So on the inside of my card, I'm going to start with a couple of sentiments. Now, what's great about this is you can make this fit whatever colors you might need for a graduation. So if you've got the school colors for the graduation, great. If not, we're going to do black and gold, and this is going to work pretty nice for a lot of graduations. Or if you don't know the colors, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to use the set A Grand Kid and stamp congratulations and so proud of you. Okay. And you could do them in either order. All right. And then I'm going to attach this on the inside. Oh yeah, I messed that one up. I got to fix that. Okay. All right. Then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel, and I want to emboss this with something. What should we use? I feel like I've got some good things. We've got the bricks. No. Ooh, the music. That could work. Well, this one kind of depends, but I think this might look kind of nice. This is the quatrefoil one. And let's run this through our machine. I'm going to make sure it's straight by lining up the design on here. Then I'm going to run this through. Give me one moment. Oh, what did I do with my other cutting plate? Ah, I found it. That's pretty. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right, so we've got that on here. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit. And I'm going to take the Alphabest set along with the coordinating punch. So this comes in a bundle, and a little bit of the gold distressed paper. And we're going to stamp the year. The folder was the quatrefoil folder. Okay, so now we've got 2022. Now I'm going to stamp this in StazOn ink on this paper because it's got some gold on it. I want to make sure it's going to stamp nicely and permanently. Okay, and then we're going to punch this out. All right, so we've got 2. Ooh, I stamped that a little low. Live and learn. I think that O is too low as well. Okay. We're learning. And what I love about this is you do not need much paper to make this happen. Okay, so you can do this with lots of different school colors, lots of different fun things to coordinate with your recipient's school. And then what I'm going to do is wrap some gold trim on here. And let's see. We'll just tie a little knot, and then we'll put the little pieces on top. Ah, that was interesting. Let me get my sharp snips out. Laura, you don't see this in the catalog. It's in there. Yep, this little punch is in there. It's brand new. Okay, so I'm gonna pop these up. If I can find my dimensionals. Oh, for heaven's sakes. My desk is getting pretty messy. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say all I can find are minis. So I'm gonna put 2 on each one of these to make sure that it, really is popped up nicely. This paper is not super thick like some of our metallic papers are, so I want to make sure that it's not like popped up and on one side and frumpy on the other. Okay, and you could also put a little piece of the metallic in on the inside of the card as well if you wanted, or a strip of the embossed paper. Okay, so 2, 0, 2, 2. Ooh, I'm going to scooch everything over just a touch. I hate when that happens. I thought I eyeballed it pretty good. But isn't that kind of cool? 2022. Congratulations, so proud of you. So you could put, like I said, a little strip of that gold on the top. I might just cut a little sliver real quick. I'm just doing like a skinny 1/2 inch to put up there. And then that'll kind of tie everything together. Except when you miss it. Okay, so we've got a graduation card, a couple of cards that would be masculine cards or could come, you know, go as masculine cards, and then a super cute little birdie card. So let me show you all of my cards again. So fun. Okay, so then we had our birthday classic. This was a card I copied off of a swap card I received. Then we've got a super sweet little birdie with cute birdies on the inside. Oh, so cute. And then we've got our sleepy panda. Sleepy panda. Another really sweet card. So there you go. Don't forget that the new catalog kickoff guest is going to be here tomorrow night. I'm so excited. If you're not registered for the new catalog kickoff, there's plenty of time. The first of 7 lives is happening tomorrow evening. So make sure and get registered. There's a link in the description of this video. It's really going to be an amazing event. I would say the best ever. We've got so much awesome stuff planned. There's classes, clubs, shares, all the things. All that info is in the description of this video. If you could give me the thumbs up, that would just really rock my world. It helps me so much when you guys do that. So like the video, share the video on Facebook. That is awesome as well. And then don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any more awesome stuff from me. I have a couple more blog posts coming out this week. So there's one on Wednesday and one on Thursday, which will have coordinating videos. So watch for those. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a great afternoon and we'll see you again soon. Bye.